Hello everyone, and welcome to a new series I'm starting on my channel. Didn't start out as a series, but it's now going to be. But before we start with the discussion, I want to reintroduce the guest on my channel, Geargiaa TV. How are you doing, man?
Hey dude, how's it going? I'm actually very excited to start this series because it didn't start off as a series. It started off as a one-parter on my channel. Shameless plug there. We correctly guessed that Universe 9 was going to be erased first, and this was before spoilers and before that episode came out, so it was pretty good that we got that, guess correct. It was a very educated guess, but I'm glad we got that one right. This was going to be a lot harder to get correctly.
Yeah, this one seems like it's not going to be so predictable, because even Reel to Reel had that discussion. We guess Universe 9. But anyways, let's get on with the discussion. So, before we were actually making this video, we discussed our opinions. I said Universe 3 and you said Universe 10. So why do you think Universe 10 is going to be eliminated? And then I'll tell you why I think Universe 3 is going to get eliminated next.
Well, first things first, I would want to say that for sure, in my opinion, the next three universes to get eliminated are between 10, 9, and 4. Not in no particular order. 3 could be thrown into the mix, as you mentioned beforehand, but for me, 10, 9, and 4 are definitely the weakest ones coming into this, right? So even in the mortal ranking levels or whatever that, they had introduced to us not that long ago, these were the universes besides 7 that were on the bottom, right? And 10 goes in with the strategy. Gowasu tried making a good strategy, and he tried planning out like the best fighters from the universe, but Ramush, comes in and says, nope, we're just gonna get the 10 strongest people. Like, not the strongest as in, best fighters, 10 like physically strongest fighters in our universe. And that's what they went with, even though some of them don't even look that swole, which is the funny thing. Like, how is Lilyboo a 10 strongest fighter in that universe? That's what I want to know, but that's besides the point. I don't feel like they don't have a strategy, right? They're just all bronze and no brain, right? I mean, we saw Lilyboo, literally no brain, freaking gets hit and doesn't use her wings and gets eliminated.
Right?
Not much for Napapa because he did get knocked out by Frieza, so that's not really a fair fight. I mean, almost anybody in that arena would get destroyed by Frieza, right? But he's not eliminated. He was just knocked out in the middle of the arena. I really just don't think that, like, their star player was, forgot his name, but it's like the really swole orange looking dude. You know what his name is?
I don't, but he has those stars on his head like Krillin does.
Yes, he starts. I think it starts with an M, but don't quote me. It's either an M or an N, and he's like their star player, right? And I just can't see him doing anything, right? Like, the coolest thing he did was he tried hitting Toppo when Goku was staring him down, and even then Toppo put his hand in the way, right? So I don't know. I just don't see 10 doing well. 4 is another universe that they have people like, what was his name too? I just forget these really irrelevant characters, but the guy who tried suicide bombing with Goku. Like, if that's like how their compass is, the only guy on Universe 4 that looks interesting is the little assassin that spied on Universe 7, as he put up a pretty decent fight with Goku. Little spar or whatever. And they also have those 2 invisible quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes but you can't see that, fighters on their team that only Tien can sense for now, right? I'm sure it's not going to only be like that in the future, but as of now, only Tien was able to sense them. And then there's just Universe
2?
2. Yeah. No, I like 2 a lot, actually. I think 2 is going to do pretty good. I said 4, 10, and what was the other one I said? I think I said 9 at the beginning by accident. But yeah, 3 is another good one. But I'll let you talk more on 3.
Well, just to respond to what you're saying about Universe 10, yeah, I do agree with you. I mean, everybody from the start has been saying, like, these are jabronis. These guys look like they're going to get knocked out in, like, 3 seconds. And yeah, I mean, funny enough is that one of their members is the first one to get knocked out, and in a very stupid way, not forgetting how to fly. But it's just like exactly what that elephant god instruction said. What are those wings for? Seriously. Like, the whole fact that a wing fighter got out first, it kind of actually says a lot about their team. Just, I mean, based off of that one fighter, assuming that they're all kind of associated with one another, I think that there might be kind of that prone for carelessness in between all those fighters. I mean, just based off that one person's action. And then maybe that one guy, Napapa, who was kind of maybe in over his head to fight Frieza. On to why I think that Universe 3 is going to get eliminated first. Just from a storytelling perspective, we've already seen one universe that we're kind of connected to get erased. And to me, I think that having a universe that we're not exactly connected with being erased next kind of makes sense, just kind of take a break off of just like hitting us in the feels in a way, because some people actually, from what I heard, actually really cared and was kind of like sad that Universe 9 was actually eliminated. I mean, I wasn't personally, but I think that it would be kind of overwhelming at the start just to have another universe that we're kind of connected with get eliminated right off the bat. And then to go off just from what we've seen at the beginning of the tournament at 97, I believe, we saw that one robot that they put so much faith into just get destroyed by Hit and Basil. And you saw how
Rest in peace, Basil.
Yes, R.I.P. Basil. And you saw how the Kaioshin was sitting there like, oh my god, our plan fell through. Like, he couldn't like comprehend the fact that that would fail. So to me, just the whole fact that they kind of are overconfident, like Universe 3 seems to be a very overconfident universe in their abilities and all that. So to me, it kind of makes sense for them to be eliminated next. I think it's probably going to be between Universe 10 and Universe 3. I just think it's going to be Universe 3 next, and then followed by Universe 10. That to me is what makes sense, because like you were saying about Universe 4, there are those two missing fighters, and I do think that they're going to have a lot more to offer just because I think that they're not showing those fighters to us on purpose. So also, Goku fought the leader of that team, and I don't know, they just didn't really seem to have their fight resolved, so to me, maybe that guy has more to offer, and maybe the people of Universe 4 might have a lot more to offer than just what they have on the surface. But I agree with you that it's going to be Universe 3 or Universe 10, but I am slightly leaning towards Universe 3.
Another interesting thing about Universe 3 is, if you remember I can't even quote the episode, but it was in the little filler before the arc started that the universes were gathering their teams, and when they pan to Universe 10, their star, quote-unquote, fighter is that, that really white guy with the really red lips. You know what I'm talking about? And in episode 98, right before Vegeta went to help Goku fight versus Universe 9, you see Vegeta sparring a little bit with the Obelisk guy, I forgot his name, but the one from Universe 9 who has the Ice Lance ability. And he was also, fighting the Universe 3 guy, and he just pounded him really quick and just escaped from him like it was nothing. So that's also a little a little tidbit there. Another thing that I wanted to mention while you were talking, let's see if I can remember now. How we were talking about Universe 9, where we were like the ones that we're supposed to be connected to. It's cool because they were actually the first fighters from another universe that we were actually shown, right? Because yes, we were introduced to Universe 10 technically first with Gowasu and Zamasu, but we didn't see anything from that universe besides that little thing because we needed to resolve it from our timeline, right? But when we went to do the preliminary fight, our first glance at other universes, we saw Basil, Lavender, and Bergamo, right? So that was kind of cool and sad that they fucking lost. And I actually was one of the few people who I think actually cared about their loss, because I really like the Trio of the Danger, man. They were interesting to say the least. So yeah, I think it is definitely a toss-up between 10 and 3 for us, but I am leaning towards 10. But the thing about 10 is it's also the predictable next universe to get eliminated in a sense, whereas 3 is a really nice odd pick, right? I've never heard anyone actually, until you brought it up in our conversation, I haven't had anyone tell me that Universe 3 will be the next one to go, so it is kind of cool to see you think that.
One thing about Dragon Ball is that it's not always logical, so... Because, I actually thought about the other day that if it wasn't for Earth, Universe 7 would have probably been the first eliminated, because there's 35 planets in the whole universe, and Beerus...
I think it's 27 or 28, actually.
Something like that. And all those fighters are all at Earth. So, Universe 7... really got lucky just by having everyone...
Well, Frieza's technically not from Earth.
Yeah, but everyone was shocked about Goku, a suggestion to be a fighter. Because, even Beerus.
Well, he is fucking strong as hell, so, it was a good choice. So far, it hasn't, kicked them in the ass. But it will. It's for sure gonna kick them in the ass. I can almost guarantee it. If Frieza turns good, those people who say if a Caulifla turns Super Saiyan Blue, they're not gonna watch Dragon Ball Super anymore. If freaking Frieza turns good, I am done with Dragon Ball Super. That's just a meme, by the way. I'll never stop watching.
Yeah, same here, but that would be really, really dumb, because, they've already had so many guys come back from...
half the team.
Yeah, half the team, Goku's fought before, and, have been antagonists. But, I don't know. Universe 4 could be the next one, but I kind of think it's unlikely.
It's those 3 for sure for me, man. It's those 3 for sure, man. I don't know. They said Universe 4 is so weak, but those invisible guys are going to come into play for sure as well. I agree.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't know. Like, the whole thing is that we haven't had any spoilers saying that there's going to be any universes eliminated since 9. Like,
Which is good for our videos, so it makes our videos authentic, you know?
yeah, definitely.
No bias.
Yeah, because there has to be at least like 3 or 4 episodes at least before another universe is going to get eliminated. But
We have spoilers through 101, pretty much, and nothing indicates that, so...
yeah, it doesn't look like that any universe is going to get eliminated. But I guess it's a toss-up between 3, 4, and 10, at least from our perspective. Not really any time in the near future. I mean, at least in the next month.
How I see it, because you know how they kind of went ballistic with Universe 9, and they just kind of got them over with in one episode, which I totally do not agree with, by the way, but you get me? Like, they went super out of their way to eliminate Universe 9, just to show the threat of the erasure, and it's not like, oh, they're going to stand on, like how we had talked before last time, before that video, how I was like, oh, do you think that they're going to get erased right away, or do you think they're just going to awkwardly stand there and just watch the rest of the tournament? And you're like, no, they're going to get erased right away. I feel like they super rushed to show that, you know, attention, like, holy crap, if all our fighters lose, you know, we're going to get erased on the spot, because you saw everybody in that arena stop what they were doing and watch Universe 9 just get completely erased. So I think for the next couple months, not a couple months, but, you know, for the next couple episodes at least, we're going to start to see the stands fill up, and maybe not one particular, you know, universe, but we're going to have up to a certain point, you get me, like 3 to 5 from each universe sitting on the stands, and it's going to just whittle down the arena little by little by little. And then, little by little, universes will get erased. Not all in one go, which I totally do not agree with in a Battle Royale type tournament.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of having a theory that 2 universes might get erased at the same time, but
Damn, that's cool.
that'd actually be a different subject for their day for our next elimination video. But do you have anything else to say before we kind of wrap this up for today?
I'm actually just really excited to see what Dragon Ball Super has in store. I love tournament settings, so this makes me really excited. The only thing that doesn't make me excited is having to wait every freaking week for the next installment of one tick per episode.
Right? But anyways, guys, make sure to sub to Geargiaa TV. He makes awesome content on Dragon Ball, Hunter x Hunter, and other anime. But with that, guys, we'll see you in the next Dragon Ball video. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening.